Hey guys, we got a big one for you today. We're gonna seal the bottom of this pond. We've got more information from our second bucket test, so we know what to do. We've even got a new attachment to show you. Let's get started. And I'm smiling today because I'm using my all-time favorite, 1025R. I used my tiller to kind of smooth that out a little bit so I can make this turn down through here. Just hitting it just a little bit with the tiller helped a lot. It's going to take several trips with this little bucket to get it done, but hey, I haven't been able to use the 1025R on this project at all until now, so I'm excited about that. I do really enjoy this tractor. It's so nimble. I should get that rock out of there at some point. I'll just keep kicking the can down the road. Well, I should have spent a little bit longer trying to get this water drained. It's causing me more mess than I really wanted to deal with. And it is just surface water, as we've talked. This didn't drain it very well. Whoa.
Today's project is inspired by, you could say, Natural Waterscapes. They've helped us to analyze our situation here and get us started on a solution to seal our pond. We were stumped and in many ways headed in the wrong direction.
Little Johnny's working great for this project, but it may take a half a day to do it.
You can find more detail about our soils, the test results, and their analysis of all this information at naturalwaterscapes.com/TTWT.
Think you can help me get that rock up in there? I can't see.
That's some nasty stuff.
Yep, that's the blue.
Was that rock worth that?
Getting it out of there was to me, but I think you might as well go wash up.
Yeah.
Well, so much for fun. I've had to replace fun with expediency. We don't have all night to do this, so I'm gonna have to use Johnny 5. It's a lot harder to get him in and out of here. And like I say, it's not near as much fun, but hey, it's what we got. Meanwhile, Christy's gonna get Vinny out here and see if she can level some of this out so I don't have to spend as much time leveling. I'm going to try to cover up some of these muddy spots first, and then we'll soon know just how much we have to put in here. We're wanting to put at least 4 inches of this more yellow clay in there. What is that? That's an odd looking rock. But the idea is then we're going to mix some bentonite in with it. What we found in the bucket test was consistent with the experience that I'd had early on, and that was that the yellow stuff here actually holds moisture, or resists moisture, I should say, a little better than the blue. I worked hard to dig those ditches by hand, and she's just pushing them in. So a couple of things.
Yeah.
Number one, you seem to really be focused on filling in that hole, and I get it, but you can go around that edge over there, and our
Okay.
objective is to put 4 to 6 inches in here, and it can't be level because there's a leak here.
Oh, okay.
So I keep dumping here and you keep pushing it over there. I could dump over there if that's what you want,
Okay.
but that's not what I was trying to do.
I thought you didn't want to dump over there because it's so muddy. And
Well, I do need to get it all packed down, and that's why you need to get over here, right? I
Okay.
mean, it's got to be where we can traverse it with the tractor and tiller.
okay.
So any spot that's still spongy, we have to put more in.
Okay. I thought by kind of going over it and pushing it like that, I was hopefully packing
You are.
where it had been in the middle. And
You are.
therefore-
The leak is over here. Yeah, right here, see?
Okay. Yeah, that's still spongy, isn't it?
Oh, it's worse than spongy. I just got the mud all the way up.
Oh.
There'll be water here. If we keep mixing it in, driving over it and everything, we'll eventually, we'll get it in better shape, but it's going to continue to bleed.
Okay.
So that spot there, when we get done, it'll probably have to be thicker there than that over there, given that we had so much groundwater, is going to be spongy. But if we can put enough stuff on there and drive over it enough times, it should get
Okay.
solid enough that we could work it.
That's a hop. I don't think he wants it that high, but I thought you were gonna sink the front end.
Yeah, I did. So that's still pretty spongy there. We're gonna have to do some more work there. I was thinking about pulling out the water pump,
Yeah.
and we'll just go ahead and fill it in. I don't know how much. We haven't done much, right? So there's only probably an inch here, right?
Some spots have a lot more, but
Yeah. This is that leaky spot.
that's hopefully the bentonite will help seal that.
Yep, I hope so. And but we keep pushing stuff in there, and we'll probably have to have it a little deeper here, or the dirt a little deeper, a little hump here. But I like the look. This next step's a big one, so I decided I needed a Pepsi for this. Yeah, we've got some bentonite here, and we're going to spread that bentonite out. Then we're going to take Benny and spread it even more. Then we're going to till it in. That's at least the plan. We'll see how it goes.
2,000 pounds of bentonite. This is the only tractor that'll lift it, so we got to work with it. This tractor's so heavy, it's also miring down in the bottom of the pond a lot, especially with the 2,000 pounds out front.
I'm a little nervous because it's not stable under me, right? And I've got 2,000 pounds.
There you
I'm
go.
holding it high in the air. I don't like that.
Oh, you're
Christy
miring
says I need to go
bad.
down, and I agree, because here I am about to turn over.
Uh-oh. Don't get stuck.
We really have no idea of what volume we need, you know, how thick to spread it. I know that I can't drive up in there, so I'm gonna have to just stop and back up and leave some piles here. And yeah, I believe it's flowing faster as it gets empty. Now it's flowing slower.
That's coming out better, I think.
This is a new tiller from TractorBasics.com. This model meets all of my snobby tiller requirements. It's got a slip clutch, quick hitch compatible, 6 tines per flange, and gear drive. It's offered in 4-foot or 5-foot widths. There's another 4-foot model that's 4 tines per flange and chain drive, and it's even more cost effective. Remember, we're introducing this Tractor Basics line, trying our best to find high quality yet low cost attachments in this inflationary world we live in now. All these attachments are entry level, but they're high quality. TractorBasics.com, a part of SkidSteerSolutions.com, and use code TTWT for a nice discount.
We're just not going to be able to show you a lot of the tilling here with the new TractorBasics.com tiller. One thing I can tell you really quickly, a lot of people use the 5-foot tiller. No, a few people use a 5-foot tiller on a 1025R. Hopefully from what you could see right there, I still think a 5-foot tiller is just too big for 1025R. Now, I'm going to use Vinny a little bit more on here. It's getting dark. Christy's got to go. We'll try to give you a peek at it tomorrow morning after I get this spread the best I can. But that's all for now. Well, for the first time on this entire pond project, I am feeling stressed. I'll explain why this morning. Hey, it's not the bucket test. Let me show you the status of the bucket test. Almost 72 hours removed. This one has 4 pounds of bentonite per square foot. This one has none, and it's the sandy soil. This is the blue clay. With 4 pounds per square foot, the blue clay is still holding. That's the best news that I've got. Hey, I want to show you the tool that I used last night after dark. I can't wait to show you this tool in action. And actually, that's part of the stress. No, not showing the compactor. Being able to, because of the weather situation. It's supposed to rain within the hour today, and I'll show you the status of the pond. Okay, here we are. Notice I haven't done anything with the sides other than what I'd pulled off there to put that yellow material around the top. I was focusing on the bottom here. I was able to till and get all of that bentonite worked in. I mean, just a few spots you can see here. Here's a spot where some of the bentonite is still showing on top, and there's a couple of spots around there, but I was, for the most part, able to till it in really nicely. What I saw in the bucket test was any bentonite that was just left on top. I didn't think it really did any good. Okay, but you're also seeing the bad news. Yep. As soon as I ran the compactor here, the water came back to the surface. And so this has happened since midnight last night. It's 9 o'clock this morning now. I piled some more dirt in there. I don't know what to do about that. You can see that wherever I put the dirt, the water would find another spot out. Here it is right now, coming out there. It's not an enormous amount of water over 9 hours. It's more than I would like. There's another spot over here. It's not quite as leaky as those. This one's actually doing pretty well. I'm wondering if that one may stop. So I ran the tiller out here and got this just powdery. I came back with the power rake, got it kind of smoothed out, and that actually does a lot of compaction. That's one thing I'm learning about the power rake. It really does compact the soil. And so then when I came with the compactor, I just swung slowly but surely with the compactor across here. Again, it was late, and I'm really, I'm happy with the results. So why am I stressed? Well, I'm stressed partially because I don't know what to do with this. Maybe it's no big deal. We'll see. But I'm stressed more because the rain's coming, and now all of my ditch system is gone. I don't really have a good way to pump this water out that's going to accumulate in here after the rain. And I really need to do those sides. Well, I have another new attachment. I bought this attachment at auction in Oregon. I'll tell you about that in a later episode, but it hasn't arrived yet. It'll be 4 or 5 days before it gets shipped here. And so I've had to wait on it. But I wanted to use my new attachment and the compactor and do all of these sides with bentonite. We got 22 bags of bentonite, 2,000-pound bags. We use 6 of them here in the bottom, which is supposed to be 4 pounds per square foot. I have a 62-foot diameter, 31-foot radius in here. I'm definitely happy with the looks of this. I just don't know how I'm going to deal with the water after this rain. Because I think I need to get down in here with my excavator for the compactor to get these sides and the other tool and to get that bentonite spread out. So, well, like I say, that's the stressful part. Since I ended up doing most of this after dark, I wasn't able to show you as much in action. We'll take one peek at that compactor before we let you go. Here it is, the Rammer Hopac 1000C. So the way these model numbers work, 1000 is roughly the poundage. I assume C is the series, but they have a 400, a 700, a 1000. I was afraid this was going to be too big for the machine, but it works fine. It's a 21 gallon per minute motor, and we only have 17 gallons per minute. I'm not sure how that works, but it does. The only time it slows down a little bit is when I'm moving while I'm compacting. Either moving the boom, the stick, or, I never even tried moving the tracks, actually walking with the machine while I was compacting. That would have not worked at all. Now I run the machine wide open for this just to get all the flow I can get, and you can tell it's a let's call it a shaky proposition. It does indeed shake the machine some. I don't think I would want to run my personal excavator on one of these all the time. Doing it occasionally is not going to harm anything, but I bet it does put some wear. But you can see it compacting there, hopefully, unless the camera's just shaking so much. It's kind of pulverizing the soil. All those big clods are just being destroyed into nothing.
I'd like to thank the folks at Rammer Hopack for loaning us the compactor.
We'll watch that one just get...
We'll get some better shots of it in a later episode, but I do want to say that I have learned a lot about mini excavator attachments and their challenges, and I'll have more on that in a later episode as well.
Now there is a guidebook on proper technique that I haven't read yet. Well, I'm going to keep working on this until the rain comes, which doesn't look like it's very far away, honestly. I think I can compact some of this down, and that's certainly going to help. Yes, it would have been better to have compacted it every 6 inches as I put it in, there's no question. But the intent is then to put the more yellow soil around the top. I've got to get bentonite on these sides, and I have a plan for how to do that, but I don't know if I can execute that plan with the bottom holding water. So, yep, it's more stressful now, and like almost every episode in this project, I don't know what I'm going to do for the next step. Not sure how that's going to work out. So far it has, and I'm pleased with the results to this point. Always interested in your feedback. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.
Nevertheless, God's solid foundation stands firm, sealed with this inscription: "The Lord knows those who are His, and everyone who confesses the name of the Lord must turn away from wickedness."